A new, three-row Subaru SUV hasn't been seen in Knoxville, or anywhere outside testing grounds, since 2014. That changed Wednesday, when the 2019 Subaru Ascent made a 4-hour appearance at Grayson Subaru and Hyundai on Kingston Pike. One of the loyal Subaru customers there to look and climb around inside was Mandy Sitzler of Maryville. She has ordered one of the first Ascents available for sale, which should arrive in July, soon after the arrival of her third son. Sitzler said, "He will be here before the car, but we'll make it work." She hoped her second pregnancy wouldn't be twins, because they wouldn't all fit in the biggest vehicle Subaru made at the time. When her Ascent arrives, dark charcoal with a brown interior, it will have room for everyone. Randy Carter, Subaru sales manager, said, "The dark blue vehicle on show Wednesday was a display-only model. 26 for sale should arrive the second or third week of July." He said, "The majority of those already been pre-sold and have names on them, but we are taking orders." A salesman slowly backed the blue vehicle over a curb and through double doors into the showroom. As the Ascent inched through the door, another said, "God, it's going to be close." New tires squealed on tile as it parked in the middle of the floor, and about a half-dozen eager customers gathered round. The hatchback, doors and hood opened even as the vehicle got a last wipe down. Carter said, the dealership informed its customers of the Ascent's arrival, mostly through social media and email. He said, "This is a car that's been 4 years in the making and everybody's been wanting to see what it looks like, and this was our opportunity to get it here." Sitzler said she has wanted a Subaru since high school. While expecting her first child, she cried over Subaru commercials, unable to afford a Subaru at the time, she said. Now she has a 2015 Outback. Sitzler said, "My mom and stepdad loved it so much they bought one, and then my sister bought an Impreza." Sitzler enjoys the Smokies, and so needs Subaru's standard all-wheel drive, but also admires the company's safety record and its environmental consciousness. Sitzler said, "I'm very brand loyal." Until its 2014 end, the Tribeca was Subaru's largest ever model, Carter said. Now, at 196.8 inches, that title belongs to the Ascent. He said, "This is the vehicle they were dreaming of when they took the Tribeca off the market." The Ascent comes in base, premium, limited and touring packages, with the base model starting around $32,000. Carter said the one on display Wednesday cost $46,000, which Consumer Reports pegged as the price for the top-end touring version. According to Consumer Reports, the Ascent has a 260 horsepower four-cylinder engine. The base model can tow 2,000 pounds, while the higher-end versions can pull up to 5,000 pounds. The base and premium packages get 23 mpg, while the heavier limited and touring editions get 22 mpg. Subaru plans to build 60,000 Ascents at its Indiana factory.
Nissan unveiled the Leaf Open Car, an open-air version of the new Nissan Leaf, at a Tokyo forum on zero-emission society. The 100% electric car was displayed at a forum to celebrate the milestone of 100,000 sales of a Nissan Leaf in Japan since the model was first introduced in 2010. More than 90 people, including local and prefectural government officials and company executives, participated in the forum to discuss the creation of a zero-emission society. The new generation of the Nissan Leaf debuted in October 2017, featuring improved range and advanced Nissan intelligent mobility technologies such as e-pedal, the ProPilot driver assistance system and ProPilot Park. There are currently no production plans for the Leaf Open Car.
The Subaru BRZ is the small and light alternative to the big, powerful muscle car. The Subaru BRZ has been around for nearly 5 years now, and this year it sees a few upgrades. Like the Toyota version, a few extra ponies are under the hood. With 5 more ponies than before, it's hard to tell if it really improves the performance. Some different gearing makes it seem a bit quicker. A 6-speed manual is standard and is a quick shifting gearbox. The clutch take-up is a very small area, so it requires a few miles to get used to. The BRZ isn't the quickest RWD coupe one compared to a Mustang or Camaro, but the smaller size makes it seem very nimble and you can easily see out of the Subaru. A new optional performance package adds Brembo brakes, Sachs front struts and rear shocks for an extra $1,195 to the base $27,645 price tag. The brakes are worth the extra money alone. Those brakes haul down the small coupe with authority. The suspension upgrades help in the bends, though the ride is a bit firm. It could have been the different tires, but the Subaru BRZ seems a bit more hushed on the highway than the Toyota 86. Fuel economy is strength of the BRZ. Styling of the Subaru BRZ differs from its Toyota cousin. The Subaru is a bit more aggressive with a small rear wing and rear lower fascia. It's also stylish with the integrated backup lights. The front end is clean and it seems to have shorter overhangs, giving the appearance of a smaller car. Now with LED lighting, there is a cleaner light cluster up front that adds a nice visual appearance. Fog lights are small and nicely tucked into the front lower grille area. With the dark gray paint on the Subaru, it doesn't stand out as much as last week's Toyota version. Still, the Subaru has a more serious look, and the red Brembo brake calipers hint at its sporty nature. If the BRZ Limited isn't flashy enough, Subaru will sell you BRZ-TS that add a lot of carbon fiber bits to dress up the exterior. Subaru has given some attention to the interior of the BRZ. It's, again, not the largest interior, but those sitting up front have decent space. The vision out of the car is surprisingly good, but get used to looking at bumpers of trucks and SUVs. The materials are a nice quality and the leather and Alcantara trimmed seats are a good look. Those seats are a bit stiff at first, but them comfortable and they hold you in place. Those seats might feel tight for larger drivers and passengers. Back seats are for smaller children and you still might have to move the front seats forward. The one thing this car doesn't have is the eyesight system you can have with other Subaru models. So while it has cruise control, it's not the radar version that keeps a safe speed and distance for you. There is a 6.2-inch touchscreen for the rear vision camera and the radio controls are easy to use. Easy climate control knobs and cool toggle switches add to the sporty vibe inside. The Subaru BRZ is a small coupe that's main mission is to be a fun driving car. With modest power and easy handling limits, the little BRZ is a delight to drive and it's novel for the driver to be in charge. Just don't expect a comfy family car with all the bells and whistles.
Battery electric car sales are growing more slowly than the Sierra Snowbook. Even in Green, California, and despite a 30% increase over 2016, sales of battery electric vehicles accounted for only 2.5% of all sales in the state last year, according to the California New Car Dealers Association. The Nissan Leaf was the earliest practical battery electric vehicle on the road, and it was a landmark vehicle when it debuted on American highways in late 2010. More than 300,000 of the little electric cars have been sold since, about half of them in the US, making the Leaf, by Nissan's reckoning, the top-selling global battery electric vehicle of all time. But the Leaf has gained competition and lost market share since 2010. Nissan said it sold 11,230 of them last year. Before you start cracking wise about Nissan needing to turn over a new leaf, the 2018 actually is a new Leaf. The new model goes farther on a charge, recharges faster, has more features, is better looking and costs less than the 2017. The Leaf profile is lower, longer and sleeker. With sportier edges, it looks more like a car and less like a science experiment than previous models. Range has risen to an EPA-approved 151 miles, up from 107 miles, powered by a 40 kWh lithium-ion battery, replacing the 30 kWh battery on earlier models. That and some software changes have made the Leaf livelier. Horsepower and torque numbers are up substantially on the 2018 model, which jets silently from corner to corner and up to freeway speed. The range and battery life can also be extended using a variety of driving modes, giving the driver more control over how the Leaf's battery power is spent. A 6.6 kW onboard charger can juice the Leaf up more quickly than previous models. Nissan says the Leaf can be charged at the rate of 22 miles of range per hour on a level 2 charger or as fast as 90 miles in a half-hour at a fast charging station. Among the standard new features is Nissan's e-pedal, a technology that allows the car to apply electronic braking when the driver reduces pressure on the accelerator. This slows the car and will bring it to a complete stop while returning energy to the battery. With practice, the actual brakes seldom need to be applied at all, which increases range and extends the life of the brakes. Nissan is proud of its ProPilot driving assistance feature, which is available in the Leaf. The program is designed to function as an adaptive cruise control system, applying braking and accelerating as needed and helping the driver steer straight too. The feature is not an autonomous driving system but a hands-on driver assistance tool, Nissan says, that is designed to reduce fatigue and stress by liberating the driver from constant use of the brake and accelerator pedals. ProPilot was first introduced in Nissan's Rogue, which aside from the Leaf is the only Nissan vehicle to feature the system. Nissan has given its Leaf a clean new dashboard look and has used fabric and plastics to produce effective sound deadening. Around town and on the freeway, the Leaf is a nice, quiet car. The driver's cockpit is comfortable and spacious, though the back seats will be a little cramped for full-size adults. Those backseat folks are given cup holders but no plug-in ports for their devices. The storage area behind the front seats is adequate, and gets bigger when the rear seats are folded forward. But as on a lot of battery electric vehicles, there's a battery back there, which will make loading a bicycle or large box a little difficult. The entry-level Leaf starts at $30,875. The car comes in S, SV and SL trim lines. The model I drove was an SV, which differed from the entry-level S by having a navigation system and Apple CarPlay. It was also equipped with an all-weather package, a $900 upgrade that included heated front seats and steering wheel, and a $2,200 technology package that provided ProPilot and other safety features such as blind spot warning, rear cross-traffic assist and pedestrian detection. The Leaf also makes a very subtle backup noise, like a quiet version of the backup beep on a commercial delivery truck. Pedestrians who complain about the stealthy silence of battery electric vehicles will benefit from this gentle warning. Will all of it be enough to reverse the Leaf's sales slide, or get more people revved for driving a battery electric vehicle? Many state and federal jurisdictions offer rebates and tax incentives to BEV buyers. As a further inducement, EPA tests determine that the average Leaf driver will spend only $600 a year on fuel and will save $3,750 in fuel costs over 5 years of driving, and that's if gasoline prices remain stable. That, paired with a reasonably low MSRP on the Leaf, should help a few people become a little more willing to think about giving up their gas habit and going electric.